Hi everybody! So, today is a lot more of a somber post, but I still want it to be quite a positive one. Today was very emotional, and I was tempted not to post, but I thought I should because I've gone on about how amazing it is every single day, and we all know, we've all heard loads of stories about what it's like in Thailand and what goes on here and all that sort of thing, and everybody has their prejudgments, and it's one of the motivations why I wanted to come over here was because obviously it's great to be able to do something amazing and be able to give back as well as obviously having an incredible experience. And today we went and saw some elephants at another place, and it still wasn't bad, but it was sobering and it did make you think hard. And it also made me realise how lucky the elephants are where we are, because we are in a fabulous place, and it's got to be said, the place that we're at, the elephants are just, it's totally idyllic. It's beautiful. The kids are looked after of the people that look after the elephants. They're called mahouts. The elephants are looked after by the mahouts, and their children are, they make sure that the children are sent to school so that they can be educated and move forwards and hopefully have a future that is not necessarily looking after elephants. And obviously, in the hope is that they move forward, which is really positive. But obviously, there's been a lot of past and a lot of history here, and you don't have any choice about that. The past, the past. You have to move forward. So it's really great to be moving forwards. So this place was just quite sobering, and it just made you really see it. But also had a really good talk, and the lady said that they pay for the vet bills and they look after them, and they finish their work by 3 o'clock, and they're not worked in the logging industry anymore, which is where they were actually from, and they've banned logging over here now, which is really good. One interesting fact actually at the beginning of this was that it's the only country in the world, Thailand is the only country in the world that has a microchipping system that's actually enforced. And I thought that was quite interesting, because we have microchipping in the UK, but let's face it, who knows whether they actually do anything about it. I've not known anyone to be, have anything done about them not having a microchip. So I'd certainly like it to be enforced. But yeah, it was interesting, because obviously that's how they're making sure the elephants are not taken out of the wild, and breeding is very controlled, and you have to have a license, and there's all sorts of stuff going on here that's really good. So it is really good. And it's really nice to see how everything's moving forwards. And I also learned very much how expressive elephants are. One of my questions in this early on was how many facial muscles there are in an elephant, because I know how many facial muscles there are in a dog, and there are far less in a cat, and we understand that's because dogs are very social, so they need to be expressive, and cats are not very social, so don't really need to be as expressive. And so I asked that question, and the answer was that there's 1,000 muscles in a trunk, 4,000 muscle bundles, but they don't know how many muscles are actually in a face. And then someone pointed out that actually they've got tiny eyes and really bad vision, so what's the point in them having loads of expression? But today what I very much discovered was that their expression is massively out of their trunk, and they can tell you everything with their trunk. It's amazing, and that's really hot. That gets you hot, yeah. And then I thought about it and thought, well, that makes sense really, because if you can't speak a language somewhere, what's the first thing you turn to? You turn to your hands, and you point, nudge, nudge, and you do this and all that sort of thing. And our hands are really important. And actually, when you are looking at somebody who's using gestations a lot, you don't look at their face, you look at their hand, and you think, oh, what are they doing? And it's exactly the same with the elephant. You end up just looking at their trunk, and you don't end up looking at their face, and the face doesn't really mean a lot, because you're busy trying to watch what the trunk's up to, and that's usually trying to touch you or grab you or ask you to do something, like give me some food, or sometimes they give you stuff with the trunk as well, and that's emotional. So anyway, that was nice, and yeah, it was a bit more seeing the country and stuff like that. So lots gone on today. And tomorrow it's back to happy, amazing sanctuary where the elephants are super happy and treating. So yeah, I look forward to that. Thanks for listening. Bye.